You were born an abomination, stitched together from nightmares and bad decisions. Half lion, half goat, half snake. Yeah, the math doesn't work. Neither do you. Your first breath scorched the air. Your second, bit your own tail. Olympus took one look and went, Chimera. Close enough. Your dad? Typhon, a walking extinction event with snakes for legs and thunder in his lungs. Your mom? Echidna, part goddess, part serpent, all bad parenting. Your siblings? Just the greatest hits of monsterdom. Cerberus, the three-headed hellhound. The Hydra, cut one head, get a bonus nightmare. The Nemean lion, basically armor with teeth. Orthrus, because clearly, one Cerberus wasn't enough. And then there's you. Just a biological lawsuit waiting to happen. Congratulations, you're the family disappointment and the most flammable thing in mythology. Let's talk anatomy. You've got 3 heads. Lion, the front, loud, violent, thinks every problem is meat-based. Goat, middle management, screams in Latin,
Subscribe.
breathes fire when anxious, constantly debating the ethics of carnage. Snake, tail, tired, hates the other 2, tries to bite anyone who uses the word destiny. Lion surges forward. Goat screams and tries to lie down. Snaketail just starts biting the nearest rock out of spite. You collapse like a philosophical crisis with hooves. Turns out, having 3 heads isn't majestic. It's a traffic accident with opinions. Lion wants to attack literally everything. Goat is convinced you're being watched. By clouds. Snaketail? No thoughts. Just bites. Everything. Rabbits. Squirrels. Occasionally itself. And sleep? That's a joke. Goat has insomnia. Lion has rage. Snaketail refuses to let anyone rest out of principle. Your entire existence is 3 creatures duct-taped into one apocalypse. You're a disaster with 3 faces and no idea which one has the brain. You are a living argument, a biological committee from hell, and no one taught you what to do with this mess of a body. After Olympus decided you were too much for polite society, they didn't kill you. They relocated you. To Lycia, you get a lair. No instructions. Just exist here and ruin things. At first, you try to stay put. Just you, your heads, and whatever's dumb enough to wander into striking range. But hunger hits, or boredom, or the lion sneezes and sets a river on fire. Now the locals are screaming, goats are melting, and the sun looks scared to rise. You burn trees. You destroy houses. You walk through villages and leave behind scorched paths. You're not even trying. You're just a biological hazard with impulse control issues. Soon, the region's best agricultural plan becomes move somewhere else. Entire towns evacuate just because someone heard a goat scream in stereo. And still, no gods intervene. Because you're a test. You were never trained to destroy things. You just woke up one morning with fired lands and no manual. You try to graze. Accidentally roast the hillside. You sneeze. There goes the river. You're not evil. You're hungry. But when you eat sheep, you get blamed for famine. When you torch a pasture, it's somehow aggression and not just a really bad digestive day. Why everything runs when you show up. Why no one asked if you're okay. You didn't ask to breathe fire. You didn't ask for this body. You didn't ask to be a headline. Chimera burns 5th Hamlet, screams possibly in regret. You're not feared like a storm. You're scheduled like an exam. Every few months, some hero shows up with a cape, a spear, and a death wish. They all shout the same thing. I have come to slay the Chimera. As if that phrase isn't already printed on their gravestone. They don't ask your name. They don't care about your 3 heads or your congenital fire glands. They just want to pass the trial. And you? You try. Really. But you've got lion rage, goat nausea, and a tail that keeps biting people before introductions are finished. You're not a strategy. You're a mess. One guy brought a mirror. Another brought a bard. One tried throwing cheese. They all died. But the deaths don't make you legendary. They just make you an obstacle. Your myth doesn't build. It accumulates. Until one day, you hear wings. You've burned through armies. You've melted armor. You once swallowed a bard mid-rhyme. But today, you look up, and there's a horse in the sky. Not just any horse. Pegasus, the winged golden boy of Olympus. Born from your aunt's neck. You know Medusa? Yeah, decapitation birth. Now ferrying a smug mortal named Bellerophon, who looks like he trims his beard with divine approval. Cheekbones sharp enough to cut marble. armored like a divine endorsement letter. They don't even sneak up on you. They announce it. Scrolls get written. Bards warm up. Olympus practically hands him a press kit. He's not here to talk. He's here for a trophy. And unfortunately you rear back. Roar. Goathead tries to make a speech. Snaketail preps venom. But he's already circling. Graceful. Fast. Untouchable. You breathe fire. He sidesteps like it's personal. You lunge, he's gone. You fought soldiers. You've devoured heroes. But this is aerial harassment. You can't hit what won't land. And he won't shut up either. Probably shouting heroic one-liners like, "Face me, foul beast. I do this for honor. Has anyone seen my good side?" It's camera facing. It starts fast. You roar. All three of you. Goat screeches. Lion bellows. Snake hisses something obscene. It doesn't matter. Because he's already in the air. And you're already on fire. You're on fire. You lunge. Miss. He circles. Elegant. Effortless. Like this is just cardio with extra stabbing. You try everything. Flames, fangs, fury. But you're on the ground, and he's writing history mid-flight. He doesn't charge. He doesn't scream. He just dives. A flash of feathers and bronze. And before your goat head can say, "Wait, what's that?" He's there with a spear. Not just any spear. Lead-tipped. Handmade. Designed specifically to kill you. He aims for your mouth. The lion roars. The goat panics. The snake tail actually screams. Don't. The spear is right between your throats. You lunge to bite. He jabs the spear straight down your center throat. You do what you always do. You breathe fire. The flame hits the spear. The lead melts and flows backward. Liquid death slides down your throat. You try to scream, but your lungs are lava. You try to fight, but your bones are boiling. You don't die in a blaze of glory. You die coughing on molten metal and bad luck. It's not a heroic end. It's a rigged match. And the gods cheer anyway. You were dangerous. So they wrote your weakness into the script. Your death was a paragraph in his story. Not a twist. Not a tragedy. Just a proof of hero line item. And now, you're just smoke. And silence. And the lingering taste of betrayal. Bellerophon gets a parade. Pegasus gets a constellation. You get forgotten. No monument. No myth with your name on it. Just a few burnt hills and some very nervous goats. They don't even bury you. They just leave your corpse to smolder in a ravine. Your skull becomes a campfire dare. Kids poke it with sticks and say, "This is where the monster died." No epics sing your name. No temples curse it. You don't even get turned into a tragic warning. You're not important enough to mourn. The people of Lycia sweep the ashes, rebuild their farms, and say, "Glad that thing's gone."